Ah, there you are. Hey all, Dr. Ben, not a real doctor here. You may have noticed there hasn't been a video in a couple weeks, and that's because Lauren got sick and then I got sick, and well, that's sort of what I'm here to talk about. This little supplement right here. This bad boy is sort of a miracle. Hi, sorry to interrupt. This is the part that everybody loves, the obligatory disclaimer. This video is not intended as medical advice. It is for informational purposes only. Remember, not medical advice. All right, box checked. Back to our regularly scheduled content. This little miracle supplement is oregano oil. It's one of the first things I grab when I start feeling crappy. And let me tell you a little bit about it. We're going to pull from the Modern Herbal Dispensatory. So here we go. Oregano is antiseptic and useful for infections of the respiratory and digestive tracts. It is a good remedy for fungal infections, coughs, tonsillitis, bronchitis, asthma, and chest congestion. The oil of oregano can be added to bath water or a steamer to clear the lungs. Now, I also took the liberty of looking up a few studies to see what we have for a comparison to antibiotics and a comparison to antivirals. So one sec there. So this is a study from Science News. It's titled Oregano Oil May Protect Against Drug-Resistant Bacteria, Georgetown Researcher Finds. And in this study, they are using mice to test oregano oil's efficiency against antibiotic-resistant staph infection. And the study here does 6 mice receive oregano oils for 30 days, and 50% of this group survived the 30-day treatment. 6 received the active ingredient in olive oil, not oregano oil, and none survived longer than 21 days. 6 mice received olive oil alone with no active agents, and all died within 3 days. So this study shows a protective factor against antibiotic-resistant staph in mice. Granted, small sample size, but it shows promise, needs further research. But this shows that there is a protective factor from oregano oil, not just the active ingredient, against bacterial-resistant staph. So that is one research study comparing the antibiotic effect of oregano oil versus antibiotics. Now this one is a study that came out in 2003. So 2003, this is not coronavirus, the COVID-19 virus. This is from 2003, predating coronavirus. And this is entitled, Oil of Oregano Proves Effective Against Coronavirus. They do put out the caveat that this is in vitro testing, so not in a live human study, animal study, anything like this. This is in test tubes. But this study showed that oregano oil inhibits the growth of coronaviruses. They were testing to see if it would help people who get like the cold, basically. Again, preliminary study, needs further research, but it shows that there is promising outcomes involving virus inhibition from oil of oregano. I'll put links for both these studies in the bottom in the details so you guys can check them out if you want to. One of the reasons that I find plant as medicine very, very fascinating is because when you take a pharmaceutical that's a chemical compound, it doesn't change. And that's what these viruses, bacteria are getting resistant to, is the actual chemical compound. Well, plants are living organisms that have to continue to deal with attacks from bacteria, pests, small animals, viruses, all that stuff. They deal with the same stuff we do. So they're constantly building their defenses to combat these things that are attacking them. That is my theory on why, for example, in the study where they isolated the active compound from oregano oil, it was not as effective as the actual oregano oil itself. There are compounds in plants that we don't necessarily know exist already that have a function. And that I don't believe that isolating the active compound from these other compounds is the most efficient way to use plants for medicine. My theory, my opinion, you're welcome to disagree, whatever you want. But that's why one of the first things I grab when I start feeling crappy is oregano oil, because it does have these antibiotic, antiviral properties. And anything that can give me a little leg up on helping my immune system cope with a problem without going the pharmaceutical route, which there are many safe pharmaceuticals and I will take them if I need to, but I try to use less invasive methods initially. A few things to know before taking oregano oil. Some sources say not to take it internally. It can build up in your tissues and lead to liver toxicity. Do your research, big boys and girls rules here. I choose to take it internally. I've done some research and I feel that for me it is safe as long as I'm not taking a lot of it and I'm not taking it over a prolonged period. I'll take 2, maybe 3 capsules a couple times to 3 times a day over a span of a week, sometimes 2 weeks, depending on how I'm feeling, but usually 3 to 5 days. And then I don't take it again until I feel sick, which is not very often. So my body has a time to process all this stuff out and clear it out before I start introducing more oregano oil. Second thing, oregano oil is a hot oil. If you try and just put drops of essential oil in your mouth, you will burn your mouth, you will burn your throat, you will have real problems. You need to either dilute it in a carrier oil and you need to take it in a capsule form, which has generally already been diluted for you. Do not just start dumping oregano oil in your mouth. Also, you shouldn't just put it directly on your skin because it will burn your skin. Do your own research on dosages. That's one of the reasons why I take the capsules. I don't have to start messing with ratios of carrier oils and essential oils and any of that when I'm already feeling crappy. I just take a couple capsules and I'm done. But if you want to look into mixing your own stuff, there's plenty of resources out there where you can do research on dosages and stuff. A good herbal essential oil kind of reference is a great place to start. But it is one of my go-to supplements to boost my immune system and give me a little leg up when I'm feeling crappy. When I start feeling like, like sinus infection, a fever, cold, something like that. 2 to 3 times a day, 2 to 3 capsules for a span of about a week is sort of my go-to routine with the oregano oil. I found that it really helps me get over things quite a bit faster than just not taking anything at all. Again, just anecdotal evidence, but there are the studies there that show it does have efficiency and effectiveness in cases of antibiotic resistant bacteria and inhibiting the growth of viruses in vitro. So you can check those studies out. Links again in the details below. If you guys have experience with oregano oil, if you have sort of a routine that you use it for when you're feeling crummy, share in the comments down below. I'd love to hear how you guys do with oregano oil. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. Happy to be back on the horse feeling good. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, smash that thumbs up. Share the video with someone you think can benefit from it. And if you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. Till next time, keep your life in motion.